didn't plan the evening. It started with a call, a little food, an open sky, and friends who brought it all. The sunlight touched the rooftops, the whole world turned to gold. We laughed about the smallest things and nobody wanted to go. Someone played our favorite song, someone poured another drink. The evening moved so slowly we forgot about the time. The sunset was beautiful, the sky was painted gold, but what made it unforgettable was who was standing close. It wasn't just the evening, it wasn't just the view, it was every laugh between us, every moment shared with you. Golden hour stories, the kind we'll always know. We watched the colors changing from orange into pink. Someone told an old story and we laughed before the end. The table was still crowded, the music carried on. The sun disappeared behind the hills, but nobody moved along. Maybe we didn't notice how special it would be. We were simply being together and that was everything. The sunset was beautiful, the sky was painted gold, but what made it unforgettable was who was standing close. It wasn't just the music, it wasn't just the night, it was having you beside me when the last light said goodbye. Golden hour stories, the kind we'll always hold. Years may change the places, the roads may look brand new, the table might be somewhere else, the sky might change its blue, but give me one more evening with the people I love. No perfect plan, no perfect view, just enough time to laugh like we used to. The sunset was beautiful, but it was never just the sky. It was someone laughing next to me, someone staying by my side. It was the extra play, the song we sang along, the lights that came on after sunset, the feeling we belong. Golden hour stories, still glowing in my mind. The sunset was beautiful, but what made it unforgettable was who was standing beside us. The sun went down, the lights came on, the night began, and somehow we were still there, still laughing, still together, still golden. We drove out past the city with the windows open wide. Someone brought an old playlist, someone sat on the passenger side. We said we'd find a quiet place before the sun went down, but halfway there somebody told a joke and we couldn't stop laughing. The sky was turning orange, the road was almost gone. We kept saying one more minute, then another minute more on. We came to watch the sunset, but we watched each other laugh. The sun was falling somewhere behind us, kept replaying the stupid joke like it was our favorite song. The evening waited for us, the sunlight wouldn't stay, but every time we tried to look, someone made us laugh again. We came to watch the sunset, but we watched each other laugh. The sun was getting lower, the colors moving fast. We almost missed the moment, we almost missed the view. But maybe that was better, because I remember you. We came to watch the sunset, we ended up watching us. Years from now, I won't remember what color filled the sky. Maybe orange, maybe purple, maybe something in between. But I remember how you laughed until you couldn't breathe, and how the whole world could have disappeared, and we wouldn't have noticed. We came to watch the sunset, but we watched each other laugh. The last light hit the mountains as the evening faded fast. We almost missed the sunset, but we didn't miss the night. Sometimes happiness is simply being there at the right time. We came to watch the sunset, but the sunset wasn't the best part. It was us. The sun disappeared. Someone said, did we even see it? We looked at each other and started laughing again. The sky turned dark, but nobody cared. I got your message at 5:30. Are you free tonight? No big plans, no special reason, just a little evening light. You said meet me by the old park, bring whatever you like. So I grabbed my jacket, left the house, and watched the daylight change. The city's getting softer, the sky's turning gold. I don't know what we're doing, but I already know. Meet me at golden hour, when the sun is falling low. Bring your stories, bring your laughter. We don't need to know where we'll go. Maybe we'll sit on the grass, maybe we'll stay until dark. Some evenings begin with nothing more than are you free? And suddenly we're here. Meet me at golden hour. I'll see you when the sky turns gold. You showed up 5 minutes late with coffee in your hand. Someone else brought an old speaker, someone brought a bag of snacks. We talked about the little things, the things that didn't matter, but somehow every stupid story made the evening better. The sunlight hit the buildings, the whole street caught on fire. We weren't chasing anything, we just stayed a little longer. Meet me at golden hour, when the sun is falling low. Bring your stories, bring your laughter. We don't need to know where we'll go. Maybe we'll walk by the river, maybe we'll watch the sky. Some evenings begin with nothing more turned up the speaker, asked you wanna hear this one. The first few chords came softly, then we all began to smile. Remember when we played this song 100 times? The evening kept on changing, but nobody moved away. We let the music fill the silence as the daylight slipped to gray. There's music between us and sunlight in our eyes, favorite songs and fading gold underneath the open sky. Maybe we won't remember every song we played that night, but I remember who was beside me when the last light said goodbye. There's music between us, and somehow that feels like home. You played the song you love most. We teased you like before. Then someone found another one we hadn't heard before. We passed the speaker back and forth. Each song became a story. Some belonged to old memories, some felt brand new that evening. The sky was turning purple, the first stars started showing. Nobody wanted to break the moment, nobody wanted to go. There's music between us and shadows getting long. Someone singing slightly off key, everyone's singing along. Maybe we'll forget the playlist, maybe we'll lose the track, but every time I hear those songs I remember coming back. There's music between us, and somehow that feels like home. It's funny how a melody can hold a whole night still, a voice, a place, a little laughter, a sunset on a hill. Years can change the people, cities change the streets, but one familiar song can bring the whole evening back to me. There's music between us, the daylight disappears, the speakers keep on playing while the night comes near. And I don't need to remember every word or every song. I remember how we listened and how the evening carried on. There's music between us, still playing somewhere in my mind. Some songs become memories because of who was listening beside us. The last song fades. Nobody speaks. For a moment we just listen to the night, and somehow the silence sounds like music too. The table's almost ready, the evening's turning gold. We counted all the chairs we had, then someone knocked at the door. Sorry, I didn't mean to stay, you said with an awkward smile. Someone laughed and pulled a chair out. Come on, stay for a while. We didn't need to plan it, we didn't need to know. Someone moved a glass aside and made a little room. One more plate, one more chair, one more voice around the table. There is always room for one more when the night is feeling beautiful. One more laugh, one more story, one more reason not to go. We thought we had enough for everyone, but somehow there's always room. One more plate, stay a little longer. getting colder. The bread was almost gone. Someone said we'll make it work and passed another bowl along. You told us about your weekend, we told you about ours. The sky turned pink behind the trees, then slowly filled with stars. Nobody checked the time yet, nobody seemed to care. The evening kept on opening with every empty chair. One more plate, one more chair, one more place beneath the lights. There is always room for one more when nobody wants to say goodnight. One more laugh, one more story, one more glass beneath the stars. Sometimes home is simply knowing there's a place for where you are. One more place, stay a little longer. Maybe that's what belonging is, not needing to be invited twice. Someone makes a little space, and suddenly you're part of the night. No perfect table, no perfect meal, just people making room for something real. One more plate, one more chair, the candles flicker in the breeze. The food is almost finished, but nobody wants to leave. One more song, one more story, one more memory to hold. The night was never meant to hurry, so we let the evening unfold. One more place, one more reason to stay. There is always room for one more when the people make the space. The dishes can wait, the chairs can stay. Someone pours another drink. Someone says, are you sure you have to go? You smile, not yet. And the night goes on. We spread a blanket on the grass under a wide blue sky. Someone brought a basket full of food, someone brought a radio. There wasn't much to plan that day, no schedule, no excuse. Just a little patch of afternoon and everyone we knew. We passed the fruit around, we shared the last cold drink. We talked about the smallest things, longer than you'd think. Picnic in the sun, nothing fancy, nothing planned. Just somewhere we could sit together, just a little time we had. We didn't need much, just somewhere to sit and someone to share it with. The sky above, the grass below, and nowhere else we had to go. Picnic in the sun, that's all we needed. Someone played an old song, we all knew the words. Someone laughed so hard they almost dropped the food. The afternoon kept moving, but we didn't seem to care. The shadows slowly stretched favorite song, a little breeze. No perfect view, no perfect day. Just people who make ordinary moments feel like they should stay. Picnic in the sun, the afternoon turns cold. The food is almost finished, but nobody wants to go. We didn't need much, we never really did. Just somewhere to sit together, and someone to share it with. The sky above, the grass below, your laughter next to mine. Picnic in the sun, a simple little life that feels just right. The radio keeps playing, the sunlight starts to fade. Someone says, same time next week. We all laugh and stay. The sun was getting lower, we carried chairs outside. Someone brought the plates and glasses, someone opened up the wine. The table stretched beneath the trees, the evening warm and slow. Nothing looked particularly special, but nobody wanted to go. A bowl was passed from hand to hand, someone poured another drink. We talked about the week we had and everything in between. Plates on the long table, hands reaching across the light. Simple food, familiar faces, staying through the night. We didn't need a celebration, we didn't need a reason why. The food was simple, but nobody wanted the evening to say goodbye. Plates on the long table, and all the people I love nearby. Someone brought a little dessert, someone said they weren't hungry. Then 5 minutes later, they were asking for another piece. The children ran between the chairs, the older ones talked slow. Someone started telling stories we had heard 100 times before. The sunlight crossed the table, turning every glass to gold. We kept adding little stories like we never wanted to go. Plates on the long table, laughter underneath the trees. Simple food and open hearts, exactly where we need to be. We didn't need a celebration, we didn't need a perfect night. The food was simple, but nobody wanted to leave before the light. Plates on the long table, and everyone was staying. Maybe belonging isn't a place you have to find. Maybe it's a table where someone always saves you a seat. No matter how late you arrive, no matter how long you've been away, there's always one more plate waiting at the end. Plates on the long table, the sunset fading slow. The candles start to flicker, but nobody wants to go. The food is almost finished, the conversation carries on. The sky is turning darker, but somehow the night feels young. Plates on the long table, keep the music playing low. The food was simple, the people weren't, and nobody wanted of stories, of laughter, of people who stay. We climbed the stairs at 6 o'clock. The city stretched below. The afternoon was fading, but the rooftops caught the glow. Cars were moving slowly, windows catching light. For a moment all the noise below felt distant from our lives. Nobody said a word at first. We just stood there watching. The sky was turning amber and everything was golden. Rooftop at 6, the whole city turning gold. We were standing above it all, with nowhere else to go. For a few minutes everything felt ours. The streets, the lights, the fading sun, the skyline and the clouds. Rooftop at 6, we didn't need anything more. Someone leaned against the railing, someone played a quiet song. The wind was warm around us and the evening carried on. We talked about our futures like they were ours to choose. Every road was still wide open, every dream still new. The sunlight touched the windows, one building at a time. The city looked so beautiful, I almost forgot the time. Rooftop at 6, the whole city turning gold. We were standing above it all, watching every shadow grow. For a few minutes the world felt wide and free, like every road beneath us could lead to anything. Rooftop at 6, we didn't need to know. Maybe the city wasn't ours, maybe it never was. But from that rooftop in the evening, it felt like it belonged to us. No deadlines in the distance, no reason to go home. Just sunlight on our faces and the feeling we could roam. Rooftop at 6, now the sky is turning blue. The first lights start appearing and the stars are coming through. For a few minutes we were weightless in the air. The whole city looked like magic and we were standing there. Rooftop at 6, I hope I never forget how golden everything looked before the sun went down. 6 o'clock, one rooftop, 1,000 lights below. For a few minutes the whole city looked like it belonged to us. The sun is gone behind the trees. The sky is turning blue. We could have packed our things and left, but nobody wanted to. The table's getting quieter, the plates are almost bare. Someone reaches for another song, and we all just stay right there. One starts glowing in the dark, then another lights beside it like tiny falling stars. Stay until the lights come on, stay until the night feels young. The sunset may be over, but our evening isn't done. Stay until the lights come on, there's nowhere else we need to be. Sometimes the best part of the evening begins when the sun leaves. Stay a little longer, stay here with me. Someone tells a story we've already heard before. We laugh like it's the first time and ask them for one more. The breeze gets a little cooler, someone pulls their jacket tight. The string lights cross above us, making everything feel right. The garden starts to sparkle, the city fades away. What felt like an ordinary afternoon has turned into something we'll save. Stay until the lights come on, stay until the night feels young. The sunset may be over, but our evening isn't done. Stay until the lights come on, let the music play low. Sometimes the best part of the evening is having nowhere else to go. Stay a little longer, we don't have to know. We came for the sunset, but stayed for something more. The kind of quiet happiness you can't really plan for. No perfect ending, no reason to explain. Just people sitting together as the stars come out again. Stay until the lights come on, until every little bulb is bright. The table, the trees, the empty road are glowing in the night. Stay until the lights come on, until the last song fades away. Sometimes the best memories begin after the day. Stay a little longer, let tomorrow wait. The sun is gone, but we're still here, and that's enough. One light and two, and the whole garden glows. Someone whispers, should we go? We look at each other, not yet, and the night goes on. The sun slipped past the rooftops, the golden light was gone. We stayed there on the blanket, even though the day moved on. The colors faded slowly, from orange into blue. Nobody said it's getting late, nobody wanted to. The city lights were waking, one window at a time. We watched the evening settle like a quiet lullaby. When the sky turns blue, I don't wanna go home. The sunset disappeared, but somehow we still glow. The day is almost over, the night is coming through, but I'm grateful for this moment when the sky turns blue. Stay a little longer, let the evening take its time. music became softer, the laughter settled down. Someone wrapped a jacket around their shoulders as the night came. We talked about the places we might someday go, but nobody made a move to actually leave. The first star appeared above us, then another followed too. The world became much quieter as everything turned blue. When the sky turns blue and the golden hour is gone, we find another reason to keep the evening on. The sunset disappeared, but nobody felt ready. Sometimes the best part of the night is when the light gets softer. When the sky turns blue, I wanna stay right here. Maybe we don't need to hold the sunset in our hands. Maybe some moments become beautiful because we let them end. The light fades, the night comes, and we're still together. That's enough. When the sky turns blue and the last gold disappears, I look around a circle and feel lucky to be here. No fireworks, no perfect ending, just familiar voices near. The sunset may be over, but I'm grateful we're still here. When the sky turns blue, stay a little longer with me. Let the stars come out slowly, let the night begin. The sky is blue now, the music is almost gone. Someone says we should probably leave. Nobody moves.